So in this training, as I said, I want to break down what we're seeing work from generating 700 to 1,000 highly qualified clients on a weekly basis across all of our gym and fitness-based clients. I want to break it down, show you exactly what's working, and an average of €10 cost per lead. Now, some of our clients are getting cost per lead or a lead, as low as €2-3. But average out across all of them, from people selling packages at €50, pounds, dollars, all the way up to 500, 600, 700, 1,000 plus. This is what we're seeing working. So I'm going to break this down in 3 sections. I'm also going to leave you some timestamps. You'll see them in a second regarding short-term, medium-term, and long-term. I might just leave them below the video to make it easier. But let's start with short-term. So if you're looking for a short-term boost, a seasonal challenge is the best bet. How can you latch on to a time of the year, an event? Right now, we're in the month of May right now. You might look at summer. In January, you might look at New Year, New Me. In September, back to reality shred, whatever it may be. So spring into summer could be one right now. Summer shredding, holiday boot camp, whatever you want to name it. So you want to start with a seasonal challenge. What you want to do with this is you want to have it start on a certain date. So you want to have build up and big hype to a certain event. If we look at the sources of traffic that we're going to use for this, we're going to use organic social, we're going to use Google Ads, email plus SMS, referral partners, and social ads. This is going the most gung-ho that you can go with your business. So we want to get this message out in front of as many people as humanly possible. So we want to put it out in our socials, we want to get it on Google Ads, on our organic, have it in our drop-down menu on Google when people are looking for gyms in the area. Email, SMS, we definitely want to use all of the owned data that we have. Referral partners, if you're partnered with any local health providers, shops, any other local businesses, how can we get this in their hands and create a QR code that goes to the landing page? And social ads. For us, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and Google Ads is separate, but they're really, really big sources of traffic for our clients. So we're going to take these 5 sources. Now you have a bit of flexibility with organic social, because you can either send them to register on a landing page right here, or you can try close them in direct messages. Depends on the time capabilities that you have to actually put into it. So you could say DM me the word whatever, comment on the poll below, vote yes or no, and I'll reach out to you with some more details. And at that point you can either direct them to the register page or try close them in the DMs and get them to a phone call. If you're good on DMs and if you know exactly you may even know the person who's messaging, maybe just easiest to skip the steps and come down here. So with all of these, we want to centralize the place that we're sending them. We want to have a register page, which they'll be able to sign up. Now this can be in the form of a Facebook form or a landing page. For me, split test to 2. The results vary depending on the business, depending on who you're going after, depending on the area, the level of detail that's in the program. But I would really look at split testing these to 50-50, then switch to 80-20 depending on what's working. And that I mean percentage of ad spend you're spending on a daily basis. So if you're spending 20 a day, do 10 and 10 to start, slowly transition 15-5, and then figure out what works best for you. So once they register, we're going to send them to a thank you page. If they don't register, we're going to send them back here and we're going to retarget them via social ads. So we're going to have the pixel, our Facebook pixel on the page. So if we look here, as you'll see on our website, you can see this little pixel starts flashing. So we've now been tagged as a page view. What we want to do is tag all the people who get to this page. Anyone who doesn't convert, we want to convert them via retargeting ads afterwards. So we're trying to direct them back here afterwards, the thank you page, and then we want to get this phone call as close to under, which is this one, under 4 hours contact time, because after that, studies have shown that the response rate drops off dramatically for people. But nevertheless, we're still going to try and engage them. So on the phone call, we want to have that phone call with them. If they don't close or if they don't respond, we want to send them an email and SMS requesting a time. We want to send them an informational email first, then an SMS reminder of their offer, and maybe there's a limited time on it. A social proof email too, so we don't want to bombard them with just buy now, buy now. So maybe here's what Cormac achieved on our 6-week summer challenge last year, or whatever it may be. Phone call 2, we want to attempt to redial definitely an urgency SMS and then a last chance email. These are trying to squeeze out people. Maybe there's 5 days left to sign up, 3 days left to sign up, whatever it may be. And then we're optimizing all towards getting them around. And then after this, we're into a onboarding flow. So right here, you would then switch into onboarding mode. You've collected their money, and obviously you're working your magic from here. So the benefits of running this short-term boost is you can latch on to seasonality, you can play on emotions massively, you can play on time of the year, you can play on time sensitivity. If you're in the run-up to Christmas, if you're in the new year, people want to get that boost as quick as possible. So what you want to do as the business owner is play into that and really try go after them. If you're to take anything away from this approach, use as much channels as possible, stay as committed as you can. Don't leave it too long. Don't have 4, 5, 6 weeks of promoting, because otherwise it will just get boring and people will be like, he can't fill the challenge, or he or she can't fill the actual challenge. So want to go hard and fast, and then want to direct them all to one location. Want to have a simple sign up process that has to center around the phone call. For me, it does. Easiest way to call, easiest way to get in touch and collect money quickly. And then we want to build this sequence out with your Klaviyo, with your high level, whatever it may be, with your active campaign, combining the SMS and the emails, and definitely adding in at least 1 phone call, if not 2 follow-up phone calls. So that's the first one. And this short-term boost is definitely great if you're looking to add 50, 60, 70 customers in a very short space of time. You'll usually see a high conversion rate, but this is something that I would use sparingly, maybe 2-3 times a year to give you that big boost, to give you that surge in revenue. But don't tire it out, because it will get, it's Cormac again looking for 50 people, or it's another challenge. So be wary of the area that you're in. Don't exhaust it too much. Really, for us, every quarter is probably a good time. Get that boost, get that surge in revenue, and something that we've seen work really, really well. So base it on the points that I would take away here, are base it on seasonality, base it on emotion, and base it on urgency for a result or urgency for an event. So that's the first one, and then if anyone wants, I will send out this document also. I'll link it as a PDF below so you can download it and you can see the frameworks in your own time. But that is the first one. So this is short term, as I said, seasonality, emotion, and let's jump into the medium term. So with the medium term strategy, if we jump into it, what I would look at this is more of a stop start, maybe month on, month off. Maybe, a little bit more medium term than the seasonal challenge. Why I like these 28-day challenges, or 1 month challenge, 4-week challenge, however you want to describe it, is it makes the onboarding fun. If you have my 28-day kickstart challenge, it makes it fun. It's not too much of a commitment, but you get buy-in. And that buy-in you want to convert obviously into your recurring membership. But it also allows you to give them something to latch onto. Right, I'm in this for 4 weeks. And usually, if you say 8 weeks, 12 weeks, I know some people, and we have played around with that. For me, 12 weeks is too long initially for new customers. What the whole purpose of this is to make it fun for them to get involved, get them used to and get them into the routine of coming down to the facility. And after that, use your great service to convert them into a recurring customer who will hopefully stay for 8, 9, 10 months. With this, what you can also do as well is you can have this as our 28-day women's get into shape challenge. But the very same program can be our men's 28-day summer shredding program. You can structure it in a way that you can market it multiple angles on the front end, allowing you to be very flexible, but still streamline the actual delivery of the service from the onboarding to the actual 4-week program that you give people, the automations you build around it, the check-ins, everything. You just need to be cognizant of who's coming from what offer, so that when they turn up, you're not, it's obviously not some 25-year-old man coming in and you're giving him the 40-year-old women's, boot camp intro or whatever. So just making sure that you're aligning those two, but it does give you a huge amount of flexibility to appeal to lots of different people with that 4-week, 28-day challenge, and just dress it up differently. With this, we're going to pick organic, ads, and owned. So a little bit less full on. We're not going to go to referral partners. We're not going to go heavy on the advertising side. For this 28-day challenge, we're going to look organic and owned. And really that's because this is more of an evergreen approach. Again, we want this to last a lot longer than 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We're looking at this from 6 to 12 weeks in terms of how we want to run it. So this might change with the seasons. This might change with the different cycles that your business goes through, the programming that you run as a fitness business. But similar enough to the last strategy, all of these are going to be centered around a centralized landing page. So we want to centralize the location to which we send them so that we can measure the conversion rate of this page. For conversion rate, we want it to definitely be above or in between 8 to 10% lead sign up or 8 to 10% conversion rate. What this allows us to do is every 100 people who get there, we know we get 10 leads. Hopefully you've built a system that, and I will cover this in another video, that converts at 30 to 50%. Every 10 leads, you should be getting at least 3 to 5 new clients. So you know I need 100 visitors, and then from that you can actually work out what you need. So again, if people don't sign up, don't actually register as leads on the landing page, we're going to retarget those on our social, on our organic, not as possible, but we really want to implement that pixel and tag people with the events that they're carrying out. The main event being viewing the landing page. For the people who do convert, we want to get them to a thank you page. We want to have loads of social proof, loads of videos, testimonials on this. We then want to get them on a call for this because there's no urgency, because they're actively expressing their interest in the challenge. It should be a straightforward enough call. But again, if they don't sign up, want to implement a short and sharp follow-up or nurture sequence. So an SMS referencing the fact that you tried to call, an email telling them why this was for them, a second email with the social proof, a third email with the outcome of what people have achieved after 28 days, and then highlighting the journey after that. Here's what Bob, who worked with us for 6 months, was able to achieve. SMS 2, we want to reply if interested, so reply yes if this is still something you're interested in. And email 4, we just want to back up what we're saying in SMS 2 with, do you feel like this is something you're interested in, don't want to bother you, etc. If you still get no bite after this, no interest in a call, what we do want to do at that stage is develop that lead and leave them cool off for a little bit, give them 3-4 weeks where they've got no contact, no marketing, and after that we want to place them in an automation, which we would call our long-term nurture flow. Where we want to, here's what we've been up to, here's what makes our facility great, here's how you can get started, just feed them information. And this is something that we would see if this whole sequence lasts, usually around 14 to 21 days depending on the business. We would leave them cool off for 3 weeks. And then after that, we would look at this long-term nurture flow lasting anywhere from 3 to 4 months. So the main benefits again of this being, and obviously the objective is to get that upfront payment of maybe 200, 300, 400, whatever you want to charge for your first month. And what this gives you is flexibility in terms of cash up front. And you should be really, really profitable on this front end offer. So you can client finance acquisition as much as you want. So you can just roll the money back from, if you're signing a new client, and what we expect to see, if our average lead is at 1050 and we're closing at 50%, means we're signing a client for minimum, and I would recommend minimum 150, 200 euros, pounds, dollars, whatever you're working in, for 21 pounds, dollars, euros. That's a 10x return. If you can just nail down a very simple offer, sort out your channels, have one centralized location, follow this metric here of 10% sign up, and this isn't even with a lot of spend, but if you need to sign 10 customers, you should in theory be able to spend with a system like this somewhere in the region of 200 to 250 to make back in the region of 2,000 to 3,000. And that allows you to scale, that allows you to reinvest, that allows you to hire more talent. And if you can nail down this acquisition strategy, and for me this is the best one, this medium term focus, where you can go for in the region of, as I said, 8 to 12 weeks. After that you can have a cooling off period, or a peacetime where you can settle. You've made a decent amount of profit in the last 3 months. You can look at the back end systems, how did it support it. You can look at hiring, and it allows you to give and elevate yourself above the business. So this is the medium term, and again, makes the onboarding fun, gamifies that onboarding experience. You can dress it up in multiple angles. And something that I should add to this is should be massively profitable from day one. And your recurring revenue should be constantly fed. And really, if you're drilling the right systems, the right processes in place, you should be adding, minimum 50% of those people who enter the challenge into your recurring revenue. So the lifetime value of those customers should be much more. Really, you should be spending anywhere from 20 to 30 euros to acquire a customer. That lifetime value should be 6, 7, 800 and beyond if you've got your system nailed down in the back end. And that's something I'll cover in another video. So last one is the long-term strategy, and let's just jump into that. So the long-term strategy is something that I recommend, pushing in your organic channels, having in your link tree, having on your website, your front-end offer that irrespective if you're not in a promo time of the year, you can run it, you can fill it, and it's just that trickle in of new customers every month. With your short-term approach, you're going gung-ho, you're trying to get 100 new members in the next 30 days. With your medium term, you're trying to get 10 a week for the next 8 to 12 weeks. It's a little bit more stretched out. With your long term, you're really just hoping to fill it with 5, 6, 7 people per week, depending on the size of the business, depending on the size of the class. And for me, the best model that we've found is an introductory class. It's the lowest barrier to entry, it's the lowest commitment, and it's the easiest thing to latch onto. For a business, you've the shortest amount of time to obviously have the impact on the person, to put, pen to paper, to separate themselves from their bank account. But with this, we want to push it mainly on one organic channel in terms of promoting it. We want to have it visible on all organic channels. So really, we want to have it visible everywhere. And links everywhere, links on the website, links on landing pages everywhere. Don't want to sign up for our challenge right now. Sign up for our intro class. Not interested in this. Okay, why don't you come in? Even on these short-term and medium-term challenges or strategies, this could be your downsell. Okay, you're not happy to commit. Why don't you come down and try it? Why don't you come down and just give it a go? Why don't you come down and just see what we're about? And that's extremely powerful as a business owner, and it's extremely comforting for a consumer. You can literally go to them, they've got no strings attached. Maybe it's 10 euros, come down, try it. If you don't like it, no harm done. You've got a sweat on and you've got a cheap PT session. So we want to push that through one paid ad channel for you. Maybe Google, maybe Facebook, maybe Instagram, maybe TikTok. Obviously Facebook, Instagram, I'd recommend running the two because it's the one platform. But really just something that you can, if your budget is usually at 2,000 a month in your promo season, I'll be tapering this down if you plan to spend 700, 800, 1,000 per month when you're just, in that peacetime and when you're just trying to move along nicely and grow consistently, then I would look at one paid ad channel, visible everywhere, but pushing it on one organic channel. Maybe a highlight in your stories, maybe a story 5, 6 times a week, a post once or twice a week. Have you heard we run an intro class, these kind of things. On that page, you want to send them to a landing page or a form. Now, this is the one option where you can slightly change it up. You can either go with a call, and with the call, obviously, you would just be booking them in, letting them know the time, or we can do a direct booking. Now, for a lot of people, this will be very appealing because there's less time intensiveness. So we can put them to the landing page or a form, and then send them directly to book in for the class. So you've got classes Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays at 7 p.m. They can just go and directly book that in your high level, in your Fresha, in your whatever you use, in your Booksy, and whatever the platform it is, your legit fit. Okay, so if they don't convert from the landing page, or they register their interest and don't end up direct booking or don't end up answering the phone, we just want to put them on a 14-day chase. And then we want to email them once, SMS, email two, second SMS. And then just like over here, having it added in, but you do want to put them in that long-term nurture flow so that they're remaining involved in the business and up to speed on what you're doing. So what you need to place a lot more emphasis on, because it's such a low barrier to entry, you should have no problem getting sign-ups. So what you really need to do is take care of the people who convert to make sure they show up. Just like in the other, it's kind of contrary to the other flows in that, with the two of these, once they sign up, they pay you the money and they're a customer, just like here and just like here. But with the flow in the middle, once they sign up, they've only paid a minimum amount. Your job is now to make sure that they turn up. Over here and on the short and medium term, they've given enough of a financial commitment, you know that they're going to start. Whereas here, we want to give them an SMS confirming that they've signed up their intro class, the time, where it's on. An hour later, we want to thank them again. Maybe it's a personal message, or you frame it as a personal message from the gym owner. Hey, was going through the intro class signups and saw your name. Just wanted to reach out and tell you that I'm really happy to see you. I'll be really looking forward to seeing you at the intro class. 24 hours before or 48 hours before, we want to show them what others have achieved. And if they sign up, past 48 hours, in terms of before the event, these won't send. But you just want to tailor it out for people who are maybe 3-4 days out, or you've got a gap between your intro class times, and you want to remind them. So the point of this email is to show them what others have achieved, get them excited for the class, get them excited and thinking past that, and thinking this is going to be a great company to work with, and to sign up for a plan eventually, and just planting that seed. 24 hours before, you want to tell them tomorrow is a day. Again, reminding them the time, the date, what they can expect or what they need to bring, just a short, sharp SMS. And then 4 hours before, another SMS. And then this is going to be what to expect, which is going to be 12 hours before, which is just on the morning of or on the day of. If it's a 7 p.m. class, 7 a.m., bring a towel, bring a water bottle. Session will be 45 minutes. It'll be taken by a coach. You'll be walked through every step of the way. No need to fret about, whatever. And then please arrive 10 minutes before time so we can get you set up, get you signed up, and get any forms that need to be done. So this whole sequence here is unbelievably important to make sure that they turn up. High show-up rates obviously means that you're not wasting ad spend. High show-up rates means you got fuller classes, better experience, etc., etc. So you then have the intro class, and then you're into your conversion process. Really what you want to be aiming for, as I said, is 50% plus conversion rate from these intro classes. So if you're hosting 12 people in it, 50% conversion rate. If you're hosting 12 people, you should be minimum 6 every night converting. And if your front-end package is, let's say, 200, every class that you hold should be 1,200 euros, dollars, pounds. So if you have the capacity, and if you nail this strategy and you can get 36 people down per week and you can convert 18 of those, in theory, you should be making somewhere in the region of 3,600 per week in new revenue just from your intro classes. So this is how we go about scaling businesses who are at 15, 20,000 and dramatically getting them to 40, 50, 60 and beyond, because we've got different stages and different forms of client acquisition. We've got short-term focus, whether you need that initial injection. We've got medium-term focus, whether you're just looking for something that can give you a boost, and whether you like those ramping and cooling off periods. And then we've got our long-term steady eddy in the background that gives you the, every week we've got 24 people coming down and converting 12 of those. Strategy works like clockwork, and then you can layer over these medium-term and shorter-term strategies. So hope you enjoyed and hope you took a lot of value from this. This has been something, and this is something I'm going to continue doing, taking the insights from what we're doing. We're generating over 1,000 warm leads every week for the clients that we're working with, and I want to share the value with people in this space so you don't have to make the same mistakes. You can take these strategies and plug them directly into your business. So the PDF for this will be below. You can just right click on it, save the image, and go to work with it. If you have any questions, I should say, I would love to hear from you. But other than that, have an amazing day, and I hope to speak with you very, very soon.